everybody's so creative, even the women that are in the refugee camps embroidering, making up names for every single symbol and creating really beautiful meaning. And every thobe and every embroidery piece has a lot of meaning.
Hi Reema, thank you so much for finding time for this interview. I'm very happy to see you finally.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad we finally met.
Yes. What is your signature, if someone would like, how can you describe it?
I think my prints, my graphic design prints and my structured silhouettes. I always love to tell a story from every season. So I've done stories about things that I'm very passionate about and that motivates me, like wake surfing or boxing or traveling. And every time I create a collection, I feel like I should, go the 360 degrees in ways to explore how I can tell the story, and then I finally create a strong collection.
And do you think these topics are actually inspired by the different stages of your life? So does it reflect your state of mind in this certain period of time?
It's true, big time. It is. It really reflects every stage of my life. In the beginning, the first collection I did was about Frida Kahlo, which you will have,
yes,
which we spoke about earlier, and the collection was inspired from. It was a collaboration with special needs artists. So I was like literally just walking around in this beautiful area in Dubai. It's called Bastakiya area. And I stumbled upon a school of special needs artists, and they are so talented and so loving. And I just wanted to do something with them, and I had no idea what it was. I spoke to the managers, and we decided to collaborate on Frida Kahlo because Frida's pain kind of relates to them, and also her art is very strong. And that's how I figured out that I can combine my graphic design background and my fashion design, and that's how it all began. I'm very good at it, and I'm good in telling the stories. So like those were pivoting points and made me realize like every collection has to have graphics and it has to have story.
I know that last year, you got the prize from Milan Fashion Week, right?
Yeah.
So what was this kind of experience? I mean, can you please tell more about this collection that you presented there?
Yeah, it was an invite from an organization called Emerging Talent, Milan, and it was beautiful because it was right after COVID, and I haven't traveled in 2 years, and you know how everyone hasn't traveled in so long. Showing the collection there to an international audience was really rewarding, I think, because you feel like we all speak the same language, which is fashion and new contemporary fashion and just beautiful things. It was nice. I didn't know, like when I was walking out on the runway, I didn't know a lot of people. I just knew one guy at the end of the runway, and it was Vogue Arabia's editor-in-chief, Manuel. So I was very, very grateful that we get a lot of support from the Arab media over there.
And the collection that you presented is this tint of olive oil, right?
Yeah.
So can you please tell a bit more, like how did you come to this idea to raise this topic? Because I know it's connected with your roots.
Yeah, so it's called a tin of olive oil, which is tenek zayt zaytun in Arabic. It's about me, for the first time ever, exploring my identity as a Palestinian and exploring the beautiful culture and heritage that we have. So I really dug deep into embroidery, the art of embroidery, and all the beautiful little symbols that have very deep meanings. And it made me realize how creative I thought, you know, like embroidery is for like the old women back in the days, you know, how we used to feel. That when I studied it, it made me realize that everybody's so creative, even the women that are in the refugee camps embroidering, making up names for every single symbol and creating really beautiful meaning. And every thobe and every embroidery piece has a lot of meaning, you know. Just the same way I sit down and design in my office, like I'm always like, you know, laughing and having fun with it. It really, really made me feel like, you know, everybody is creative in every part of the world. And so yeah, I explored that, and I explored my upbringing, and it made me question, like, how am I a very Palestinian person, although I've never lived there, but I've grew up here. How is that? How did it happen? And I just like looked back, and I started looking back at pictures of my family, my grandparents, and me in my childhood. And I realized it's the small things that make us vary from a place that we are not at, like just like eating, you know, like the maqlube or the zayt al-zaytun or like the za'atar in the morning. These things really, you know, and the way that you speak our dialect and all, and our cousins and all that stuff, that just really makes us a strong, like feel like we have a strong belonging to a place we didn't live at. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think, what is the situation in gender equality here now, today in UAE?
I'm happy to see that it's flourished. I mean, equality is, the respect for both genders is really equal these days, and it feels good to be a woman here. We're lucky. I mean, some other places they do not, you know, the very third world countries, they do not respect the women as they should. So it just feels that we're grateful and lucky to be living here.
And I know, like I mentioned, that you had many prizes, but what is for you the most memorable moment of your career for now? I know that there is many coming, but for now.
I have to say winning the Vogue Fashion Prize, because I applied the year before, and I don't think I was ready to win, and I didn't win. And then again the next year that came, and I applied again, and I went fully comfortable and confident with whatever the result will be. But I was also very sure about the collection. I felt like it really represents me, and that really reflected out to the judges, and that's when they saw the potential. And that was, I think, the most memorable and satisfying reward that I've ever got recognized.
That's great. And you know, I always ask myself, because very often there is like new collections coming, but like already a couple of months before, I start to feel, oh, I like this color, oh, I like this kind of style, and then it comes up. And I'm very curious how it works with the designers, because actually they come up with a similar, let's say, similar ways of their collections. You can see the similar tendencies. And I always wonder, our taste and our choices in fashion is being more formed by our inner calling, or it's more the marketing that is subconsciously already influencing and following us into the flow of the new collections. What do you think?
It's true. There's a lot of factors that come in now with the way we're dressing or the trends. It's unconsciously, you know, feeding you. For example, on social media, if you see a celebrity wearing this or someone that's important wearing that, and designers kind of get influenced from it, and they just, you know, unconsciously maybe include it in the collection, or some designers consciously decide to put it in the collections. There are companies who create books telling the world what are the trends, and this happens from just, you know, the world, what's happening in the world. For example, when COVID hit, collections started to be a bit more comfortable and more, you know, be at home and something that everyone wants to wear, not necessarily going to an event, but more like staying at home.
I ask you about your criteria of woman to be feminine. What is for you main criteria of beauty? What is for you beauty?
Beauty is the person's energy, no matter what, how they look like. If they have amazing energy that they emit and give like love and positive vibes, that's beauty.
And people usually can see your collection on the website, but and there is a showroom, correct? So you have a showroom in Sharjah, right?
Yes, I do have a showroom in Sharjah. It's on the website, and it's in a few different department stores around the world, which I also listed on the website. So yeah.
Great. If there was one thing you could change in this world, what would it be?
I would definitely remove all the borders between the countries, and the idea of having a passport and everyone gets the same piece of paper with their name and their name and where they lived. That's it. Yeah.
I would love to.
It would be so amazing.
Can we please select you as a president?
Can I please be a president of the world?
Of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. And the last one, like if you could choose your favorite quote or life motto.
It's something I live by all the time. It's just living the moment and being here. I don't like to plan so much ahead. I like to, plan maybe just a few days. Like I have goals here and there, but I don't like to plan so much. It makes me. I feel good to be just rolling, as they say. Yeah. So just live every day and feel the moment. Enjoy it. Get off your phones. Yeah. I think.
Thank you, Reema, so much. I wish you to enjoy and to continue to love what you do, to create, to make the others happy. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
You're very welcome. Thanks.